So guys, I don't want you to worry about an audit. I'm going to show you how easy it is to truly keep more of your deductions, but also be compliant with the IRS. So many people ask me, Courtney, how long am I supposed to keep all of these records? So unfortunately, your tax returns, you're supposed to keep those forever and never throw those away. So maybe you could scan those in, put them inside your computer. Documents for tax preparation, 6 years, because as I talked about earlier, if you were to get audited and they find that you're fraudulent, you're required to have 6 years worth of data to go backwards. Stocks, bonds, and real estate sales, you need that 3 years from the sale of the asset. You've got receipts and canceled checks. You need to keep those for 3 years. An activity log, if you have that, one of the greatest things is a calendar. Just being able to show that to the IRS that you have a calendar, and I use Google Calendar, which is amazing. So, if it ever came down to the IRS came in and asked me, am I doing business, am I attempting to earn income, they could see that from my calendar every single day. So you could log your things like your mileage, you could add your home entertainment, your meetings, all of the things that you're doing to grow your business can be added in. Now, your assets or property, as long as you own the property, you need to keep those documents forever, and then 3 years from the sale of that property. So if you still have a property that you bought 20 years ago, you need to have access to that information. You need that anyway if something were to ever happen, but 3 years from the sale of that asset as well. Fraud, if you commit fraud, you need to keep them forever. So there's no time limit. So for those of you, and I'm sure I don't have anybody here, just a funny tip that if you are doing any sort of illegal acts, the IRS actually requires you to claim your income, but you're not allowed to claim your expenses. That's super funny. So I read that in tax code and I'm like, seriously, they actually put this in the tax code. So if you are committing fraud, you need to keep everything forever. There's no time limit. And if you omit more than 25%, this is how you can actually get audited for longer than 3 years, because that's typically the statute of limitations, is that if you omit more than 25% of your income, then the IRS can go back and actually do that for 6 years. One of the suggestions I want to make is if an auditor ever asks you, how hard do you work and how often do you work? I mean, you should tell them I work all day, every day. And the reason why you say that is because everything that you're doing can be considered a tax deduction if you work it properly. And we want to make sure that at the end of the day, that if you're going out to eat with a client, that the auditor doesn't disallow that expense because you say, well, I work, from 8 to 12 every day on my business, or I work, just 5 to 8 on, at night or on the weekend. So we want to make sure that you are allowed to take advantage of all these deductions. And here's how long you should keep your records, guys. But again, just making sure that you have the proper documents in place is going to be crucial to winning an audit. And at the end of the day, there's nothing you should be scared about unless you are lying. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, that we're doing everything legally, morally, and ethically. So you can take advantage of the deductions that you're entitled to take. Here's how long you need to keep your records. And please don't overly concern yourself with the fact that you could potentially get audited, because the only thing you have to worry about are the documents. And if we have those in place, then you're good. So we can help you keep more money, we can help you have more money, and then we can make sure that you're compliant along the way. And I'm going to share more details on how you can be more compliant, how you can make sure that you have everything properly documented so that you can keep all of the deductions that you are entitled to take.